Hey guys, this is Simon Sage. We're at GDC 2014 talking with Rick and Ilya from Glue, and they're showing off one of their great new games. How's it going, Rick?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
Great, great.
Good. So, what can you tell us about it's Frontline Commando 2, right?
Yeah, this is the second one in the series.
Second one in the series. What's new?
The biggest thing, I think probably Ilya and I would both say that the biggest thing that's new is the squad mates. So in the first game, it was really about you, your lone gunman, using your weapons to try to progress through these missions. And it's really just about you. It's about the weapons you can acquire, the armor you can acquire. But in this new game, as you're progressing through the game, you can actually acquire squad mates. And the squad mates will actually allow you to use special abilities like a rocket launcher, a grenade. It's really exciting because these guys have an upgrade path. They get their own weapons, they have their own names, they're all unique. So you can really mix and match these guys throughout the campaign and use them to your advantage. And then you can actually take them, and this is also brand new, as a PvP mode. There was no PvP at all in the original Frontline. So after you're done searching for these squad mates, configuring your squad just the way you like it, then you can actually take that and move into PvP and start matching up against other players' squads in battle. So for me, that's the coolest thing is the squad mates. That's the real big difference. I mean, obviously, like Ilya can speak a lot to the graphics and the other things that we've done, but that
We've
one's
changed
the
a
big
lot
one
in
for
the
me.
graphics department. I mean, the game looks much better right now. We used a bunch of technology that we made for other games, like Motocross Meltdown and D-Day in particular. So if you just fire up the Frontline Commando 1 and Frontline Commando 2, it's like a huge difference. And all the players see it. We got a lot of reviews that like the graphics are awesome. So that's what we've been focusing on for a lot of time. Yeah. So we plan to advance that in the future as well. So with new updates and new levels, even more cool graphical stuff.
Nice, nice. Can you give us any hints on what you guys are working on next for your next update?
Yeah, we're working on a bunch of maps. So right now we're doing a bunch of industrial maps. So it's a train station, it's an airport, and then we'll probably be focusing on other environments, like maybe a different city, maybe like something in the Asia or something like that. So we've been thinking about that.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, into that, like I said, we really want to make sure that we're supporting the community as well. So we're also looking into what we can do with PvP to make that more exciting, to allow players to match up against each other in new ways and earn new rewards. That's one of the big focuses for us going forward.
Nice. In terms of platform support, you guys are both on iOS and Android, right?
iOS and Android, yep.
Cool. So are you guys looking at other platforms at all? I think some people are getting more interested in Windows 8 tablets, Windows Phone, stuff like that.
Actually, for Ilya and I, because we're mostly working on the game, we mostly stick to iOS and Android. For he and I, if we're going to be looking at other platforms, it's going to be handled by our services like Porting Group.
Sure.
So I actually can't speak to that at all. But we're always looking to try to get our game on as many platforms as we can, right? That's what we want to do, get the widest possible audience and make sure that the quality level is up for all the new devices. And I mean, it's definitely important for, actually I think that's one of Glue's biggest strengths is that we have been able to be on as many platforms as we possibly can for a long time. I guess we would say if it makes sense, we'll definitely support it.
Yeah, it's actually not only Amazon, not only iOS and Android. It's also Amazon. It's also T-Store, and a bunch of small Android local stores. Like China, for example, every carrier has its own store, and we push all the apps to that stores as well. Yeah.
Nice, nice. A lot of people are a little sketchy about free-to-play. I think everyone's concerned about balance. How do you guys kind of weigh that out? I mean, Glue is a freemium company, is what you guys do. How do you make sure people are still having fun while still staying in business?
Yeah, well, actually, the team, and Ilya could speak a lot to this too. The team has actually built a really cool system for matching players up. So we don't just say like you got the best guns, so you're just going to go and own everybody in PvP. That's just bad, right? So it's using a combination of your rating, which is how many times you've won, how many times you've lost, and also what you've acquired in the game in order to match you up against other players. So if you play the game, you'll see this, I think, really quickly where as you're doing well, maybe you bought a new weapon, maybe you got a new squad mate, you're configuring your squad, you're doing pretty well, you're going to get matched up against harder and harder players, and eventually you're not going to be able to survive, which is really cool because skill takes you such a long way. I've been playing it a lot, and I actually think the matchmaking works really well to try to mitigate that sort of pay-to-win feeling. We definitely don't want to have that.
Sure.
If we can avoid it. I think Ilya can probably talk about this a little bit more. But
Yeah, so we actually did run a bunch of tests on the users in the different areas like Canada, and we've polished the game to make it not feel very punitive, and you probably won't notice a lot of paywalls in the game. at least now after all the tests, because we had some pretty bad configs where everyone would get like deaded in in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so it should feel not like not super crazy about the monetization. Yeah.
Sure. Cool. So that's what's it called again? Something Commando. Frontline Commando 2.
Commando 2.
Frontline Commando 2. It's out now on iOS and Android, free to play. Thanks a lot for your time, guys, and everybody check it out.
Yeah, please play the game. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.